We start our important chapter on state management now. And state management is a way to restore the state as it was before when you will backtrack during the search. So remember, what we needed is a way to restore, for instance, the domains. Okay, but this is not the only thing that we need to restore. We also need to restore all the constraints that were added inside the node. When you backtrack, they need to disappear. Because when you post a constraint, here, for instance, you post x different from 5, when you will backtrack, the constraint that you have posted inside your solver should also disappear. Okay, so posting a constraint is also a reversible operation. And all these functionality are implemented with the state restoration mechanism. So the state manager will do the thing like saving the state. Okay, so you can save or push the state, and you can also restore the state exactly like a stack of state. And this is also why it's a stack, and this is because it's a stack that we use depth first search. Okay, the state manager is an interface. What you can do is store the level of storage that you have. You can save the state, restore the complete state, restore the state up to a level, and you can be notified when you want to restore the state. And you can also here do something inside a closure and then restore the state just after. Okay, and you have some factory method, for instance, that we just have used in the example to create a state integer, which is a kind of magic integer that is able to restore its state on backtrack. Okay, so you have some factory methods here. Okay, and so with new state is really a syntactical sugar. If you want, it will just execute the body that you give here, a piece of code, and it will save the state before and restore it just after as it was before. Okay, so there is nothing magical with this with new state functionality. We have already seen in depth an example of how to use the state manager and the state integer. So I don't need to cover that again. You just need to watch the previous video again. What is interesting is that the state manager is really something that will be used and manipulated by the search, okay? Because it is the search that is deciding when it backtracks. And so this is also the search that will decide to store and restore the state of the whole solver. So the state manager is here, okay? It's stored inside the depth first search. And the depth first search is called here, okay? And the solve will also run the solve algorithm. And the solve algorithm is this. This is really a recursive procedure. It's a recursive procedure that's implementing the depth first search. It will first generate all the branches, all the decisions that you want to execute, and typically there are two decisions, the left branch and the right branch. You get them here, okay? And then for each of the branch, you will create recursively here. This is your closure. You will recursively call the depth first search by committing to this branch. So you execute this specific procedure corresponding to the branch, and you encapsulate all this inside with new state, so that after that, when it will backtrack, you will restore the state as it was before. Okay, so this is a very elegant piece of code that is dealing with the state management and restoring the state for you during the depth first search exploration. Okay, and this is completely orthogonal. So the constraints are not aware that they are restoring the state. The variables are not aware that they are restoring the domains. Everything is orchestrated by this with new state functionality that will restore the state of all the objects that have been created through the state manager itself. And this is equivalent, if you don't want to use the with new state, this is equivalent to saving the state before and restoring the state after when you recover from the recursive call here. This is really the recursive. The recursive call is here, and when you backtrack, you restore the state as it was before. Okay, and look here, this is also where you catch the inconsistency exception. If you catch the inconsistent exception here, okay, you also restore the state after, and you do not further continue the recursive calls. So this is how the depth first search is implemented inside MiniCP. And if you prefer a visual explanation of the depth first search, this is what happens. So you get two decisions, okay, which are constraints to post on the left and the right branch. The state manager will store the state, then it will post the constraint, so execute the body, if you want, the body of the left branch. And then on backtrack, it will restore the state, okay, as it was before. So this is for the state management, okay? And for the state management, we will see that there are two different strategies that you can put in place. There is the eager strategy that consists in copying everything, and there is a lazy strategy. Two possibilities. The two are implemented inside MiniCP, but this one is by far the most efficient one.